we have my Uncle Kerry, my dad, and all that. So it's hard not to. I'm trying to teach my son how to play with him, but then he ends up leaving the room, and I'm playing with him for like an hour.
Hey, he'll figure it out. It's not difficult, right?
Yeah.
I think like it's funny to me. Here we'll use Triple H and Sid Justice here. It's amazing to me, like all the moves you can do are either like power bomb or sunset flip into a power bomb.
Yeah. As crazy as it sounds, I promise I practice my moves with action figures first. Just make sure, okay, this is how I'm gonna. If I'm trying to explain a move to him, that's what I'll use.
Oh yeah, no, actually, that's the truth.
Well, that's kind of I never even thought about wrestlers using the action figures to come up with actual moves.
Yeah, it just makes it a little more fun, and it's I guess less imagination or when you can show them.
So like, and I just started recording because we were talking action figures. If that's cool with you guys.
No, all good.
Yeah,
right, I'm here with the Von Erichs, Ross and Marshall Von Erich. We're going to talk about Kings of Coliseum, but I think this is really interesting here right now. So like, when you are with the action figures, and so will you do things in like a toy wrestling ring with action figures? Be like, I'd never even thought to do that, but seeing that I can, now I want to try that.
It's time that people know where we get creative, and that's it. If I have an exciting double team or something I want to show them, it's way easier to use action figures and show them. And depending on where I'm at, if I'm at my house, I'll use the action figures that I have, or a lot of the Von Erich ones. I could be at my sister's house and I'll use my niece's Barbies to show them if we're in that situation.
That's very.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
That's very progressive of you using that.
Yeah. Just creates a nice visual and stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh man, like I really like the side suplex claw double team that you guys have been using.
Oh, you're gonna like the next one. We've been working on something we're excited to debut. We're still trying to think of a name. There's a name we've always wanted to use for a move. It's you seen the movie Blades of Glory? Was it?
Yeah.
It was Will Ferrell.
It's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
So you've heard of the Iron Lotus then, obviously.
I have the deadliest move in all of figure skating.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So there is a move coming out, a tag team move, and it will be called the Iron Lotus. And we're just not. It's almost like Zoolander, like Magnum. But we're just not ready to show
we
it
haven't
yet.
perfected it yet, but a lot of toys have been, gotten dismembered trying to practice the move.
A lot of decapitated toys.
Hope it works. We'll see.
I just don't. I mean, you guys are so synonymous with cowboy boots. I just don't know how ice skates are going to play in a wrestling ring. That's all I'm worried about.
Yeah, I know. It's I still got to talk to Cord about cutting up the canvas and stuff, but we want it to work.
There's a lot of moving parts, but we're working towards it.
Yeah.
Sure. You got to go get Napoleon Dynamite. What's his name? He was the other guy in that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, anyway.
That really was an awesome movie. I'm gonna watch that tonight just because we're talking about
Anchorman. That's another good one.
Oh,
yeah, Anchorman. Yeah. That fight scene was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure that this is exactly what Court is like. He's like, Nick, thanks for introducing the Von Erichs. Well,
guys, you had one job. Just put over the match.
Yeah. He's like, you didn't even plug the show. You talked about your Iron Lotus
and dolls and stuff.
Well, you know what? The Anchorman fight, I can use that. We'll pivot off of that because you guys have like a Anchorman styled fight coming up here at Kings of Coliseum. You guys have this Bunkhouse Brawl, Tornado Texas Tag, whatever you want to call it here, right?
That's right, and that's the mindset we're going with is the Anchorman fight. I'll use lamps. I'll use whatever I can.
Yeah, anything can be used as a weapon. Will be.
But except for the main rule, no touching the face. That's the only rule that doesn't apply.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think you can wrestle without touching the face. So what kind of tone are you? This is the. I got a screener of it first of all, so I don't want to spoil anything or give anything away with the bout. But this is the opening bout. This is the first MLW bout of 2021 on Kings of Coliseum Night 1. What does it mean? What kind of tone are you guys trying to set here for MLW in 2021 by having the first bout of the year?
So a lot of people don't know this, but for the past 4 years of people been wanting us to lock up the Dirty Blondes.
Yeah.
Because they look a lot like the Freebirds, just that style. I know Brian looks a lot like Terry Gordy, moves like him. So these are guys that we've been wanting to wrestle for a really, really long time. And we got a chance to meet in the ring a long time ago in Texas, which was just, it was just awesome. just beat the crap out of
we
each
felt
other.
like there was unfinished business though, so it was great to get them back in the ring and
to actually do it. It's going to be recorded this time. It's going to be chaos for sure. It's just going to be. We're not planning anything. We're just going to brawl.
Yeah. And so this is, I mean, I love y'all's style. And, I've chatted with you in the past, and I know you guys have been world traveled. You've made your home here in MLW. But even with that world traveling and seasoning, your go-to style, I mean, I shouldn't say go-to. I don't want to speak for you guys, but you seem to really enjoy that barroom brawl style.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Man, I feel like that's kind of what gripped us, just the struggle, and so we've, and plus my dad watching all the tapes, with the free birds, they were just, relentlessly just trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
And it was just
my favorite scenes in movies are bar fights. So, just like picking the guy up and sliding him across the bar and knocking over all the drinks and stuff. I just love that chaos, and it's just cool. We get to do it in our job,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and breaking up your dad here, I think it's got to be great for you guys in this really weird time, right? We got the pandemic and no fans and everything like that. Having somebody like him around to be able to talk to and get advice from about how to deal with this. How has he helped you guys get through this past very difficult year in pro wrestling?
So much. My dad, he's a man that's endured a lot, and so the kind of positive perspective he brings is like just unbelievable. He's, if for him, he always says it could be way worse, whatever situation you're in. And he put it in perspective for us, that, we're here, we're all together, we're on the same property. And so we really took this time to really enjoy our family and each other. We got a lot of farm work done. So he was happy about that. And, but it definitely just brought us closer as a family. And then, getting to go to Florida, and it's, we're representing the family. It's just an honor. It's such an honor. I still feel like a 12-year-old kid and trapped in this body, and I get to do what I've dreamed to do since I was a kid. He gets to, this is something we've always wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, we've done this our whole life. It's been make believe for the first part. On the trampoline, wrestling each other, and we've always pretended to be tag team champions of the world, and
being raised in locker rooms and stuff. This is really all we know, and I'm just so glad that we got to. As a kid, just knew I was going to be a wrestler, and then as you get older, life happens, and you start thinking, maybe that's just a dream, that won't happen, and when that stuff starts falling into place, it really is unbelievable.
And you guys, obviously, I mean, you guys sound so happy and you're enjoying this ride. I mean, is the tag team division, is that where, I mean, you're obviously the top of it. You're the tag champions right now. Is that where you guys see yourself settled into in 2021? Do you have aspirations?
The tag team is what made us fall in love with wrestling, because we're family oriented, wrestlers. That's what we're brought up in. But we both want to test ourselves, and we're willing to do whatever we have to. And as tag team champions, the pressure gets heavier and heavier, every defense, and you never know. I mean, every man's mortal, every man has his day. And so we know if anything ever does happen, if the titles aren't what define us, but we're chasing gold. We really want to honor the family name. We want to try to take as many belts as we can. And if my brother wins the heavyweight belt, middleweight, whatever it is, I'm just as happy. If I do it the same way, yeah. We have such a support system. We have each other's back regardless. Even if I was 0-70 and he won the heavyweight belt, I'd be happy. It's a brother thing.
Yeah, family. If it's a family win, we're both happy. But we always want to challenge ourselves, and we're goal oriented, and we want to look to the next thing. And having achieved the tag team championships, it'd be great to do a singles run and just see what we got.
You're breaking up with me.
No, I mean, we'll always be together, obviously.
Wait, you're not recording, right? What's going on? Something you want to talk about?
You guys need to go have a fight in your beautiful backyard with rainbows.
Yeah. Fight. Yeah. We're gonna go have a beautiful fight outside.
A beautiful fight outside, he said.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like the reason I ask is, I mean, obviously you guys you're clicking right now. Light bulbs are going off. You guys are finding yourselves. You're getting better match by match. It's just visible. And MLW, man, the roster is really flush right now. I mean, there's been some great additions.
Yeah.
Lio Rush, ACH. These are some guys that I'd love to see you guys in the ring with as well.
Exactly, and it would make us a better tag team if we were better singles wrestlers, and that's something that we want to mature as and work our way up. In Japan, we had a lot of singles matches, and it's definitely not a new thing, but new thing for us. But for the fans, it is new because they haven't seen us do a lot of singles stuff, and so it's I want to challenge myself against everybody. I really do. Right now,
there's so much talent on the roster. It's hard to pick one guy, but we just want to mix it up with these guys are the best. They're the best in the world, and
I tweeted the other day because the Samoan Werewolf is the heavyweight champ, and I definitely want to be that silver bullet that takes him out. I at least want to test myself,
Yeah, well, you guys have been mixing it up here with Contra because you guys, the Kings of Coliseum was not your first match back here since the restart of MLW. You guys been you faced Contra just like a month or so ago, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
How was it getting? I mean, you say that. How was it getting to share the ring with the Samoan Werewolf there? Did you feel that?
It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was awesome because there's so much family history. It's so cool to see that. For the past 20, 30 years, there's our families have been on the same cards, and to 2020, it's still happening. To 2021, who knows? And it's I want to test myself against everybody. There's a lot of guys in the locker room that want to fight, and it's just a cool business that I get to do it.
Yeah, for sure. And I love watching the talents in MLW grow. One of the guys I wanted to get your take on as well was Hammerstone, man. I mean, I feel like he is just on a run here, the Open champion right now. But it seems like he's moved up the card quite a bit here in the last
big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He checks all the boxes. I mean, you look at him and he's just got the talent. He's got the, everything you could possibly, ask for out of a heavyweight champ, and so.
Yeah. And he delivers, he's not big for nothing. He delivers. He's good at what he does, but that's definitely someone else I'd definitely love to challenge myself with and see if we have what it takes. It's been like this our whole lives in football. We've, when we were, younger in middle school, we would practice with the high school kids. We always, practice with people that were better than us so that we would get better. And same thing in wrestling. I want to, whoever is the top dog, prison rules, go take down the top dog.
Exactly.
You mentioned prison rules, which actually set up very nicely the last person I wanted to ask you guys about as well. Somebody that you kind of came up with at MLW is Jordan Oliver, man. I had the chance to see him months ago here in Warrior Wrestling, and he's put on 50, 60 pounds of mass. I mean, seems to really be put together in the.
I was extremely impressed. Extremely impressed with
his commitment. Really, he's just committed. I think he was, testing the waters for a little while, and then just found that passion, and he just
made the most of quarantine. A lot of guys came back.
We haven't seen him in a while, and he's a totally different guy. Just committed, and the world's at his fingertips right now.
Yeah, wow, what a cool time to just be like young talent in MLW, just getting to go in there and put it together.
It's an exciting time. MLW is an exciting place to be right now. Everybody on the card has such amazing potential, and who knows what the future holds. MLW is going big places. We just feel it.
Yeah,
it's a pretty cool job that what other job can you have where you can fight your coworkers? If you ever have a problem or an issue with somebody, it is pretty cool that we
can just go to court like, hey, we want to fight this guy and make it happen.
He goes to court. I settle my business in the ring. I don't go to the courts. Okay.
Okay. I guess that's true. I guess you don't see a lot of chefs just like stabbing each other. Seem to go down like that. Well,
that's weird.
So wait, we're just logistically real quick. Like, I know you guys are in Hawaii with your dad. Are you still in Hawaii? Or are you living in the States? Like, where are you guys at right now? What's your?
We're just popping back and forth. That was the that was the one big reason we signed with MLW is they were, we're family oriented, and that's one thing that's important to us. We had opportunities to go to bigger corporations, but we saw MLW is they're just on a fast track. They're growing so much. As far roster wise, that they had more guys that we felt like we wanted to, mix it up with. There's just the talent they have, and Court. He's just an awesome general to have. He's, he believes in us. It's an awesome pressure to have. But we want to make him proud and prove him right for believing in us. And yeah, he brings us over, every taping, and so it's kind of perfect. And we don't mind traveling. It used to be hard to go from Hawaii to the States, but now it's just it's
I think
business.
we're in the perfect scenario. We can live here and then do our business on the mainland or wherever, the international, wherever it may be. And that's one of the reasons we knew MLW was just the place for us.
Yeah.
So
when they were okay to work with that, we were just like, okay, this was exceeds our expectations. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys quarantining them like 2 weeks at a time back and forth? I mean, that sounds like a huge headache right now, having to go back and forth like that.
Yeah, that part's not that great. But so we're on a huge a huge farm, and we do farm work all day. So we're not even around people. We're only around each other. And so unless sheep can get COVID, then we got a problem, because I'm hanging out with sheep all day. So
yeah.
I am not a scientist, and I genuinely have no idea what the sheep COVID situation is like. So
I know.
I should look into that.
I have my sheep. I've been putting masks on my sheep just in case.
Okay. Oh boy.
All right, 2 things left I wanted to ask you guys about while I have you. The first was I was in Dallas I think it was February last year. You guys and Team Filthy. I watched Tom start a riot in Dallas that night. Trash cans were thrown. Yeah. He spit on the Texas flag. I am a Texan. I know how
that was.
Yeah, a lot of people got kicked out of that show. Just
that was one of the angriest I've been at a wrestling show in a long time. You can take stuff too far, and what he did with the Texas flag, there's been a lot of great men and women that have honored that flag, that have that have stood under that flag, represented Texas, and when he spit on Texas, that's something that it's going to take a long time for me to get even. And as my older brother, he knows that I not only like to get even, but I like to get one up,
and then some.
And then some. That's what my dad always said. Marshall doesn't get even, he gets and then some. And so Tom has a target over his head. I don't care if he's champion. I don't care what he is. What he did to the flag was gross, and I don't care who's on his side. If you look at the roster right now, we're outnumbered. Everybody's got groups of 4 or 5. Tom's got like 30. I don't know how many guys are in Team Filthy now, and we got 2. And that's all we need, because I can trust my brother. Tom is picking guys on emotion, and he's playing with their emotions, and they're all, I think they're all in it for themselves and stuff. But my brother, I know he has my back. I have his back, and I don't have to worry about anything. That's all I need.
Yeah. Yeah. Ross, any thoughts on the riot Tom nearly started? Because I was very surprised when I saw him spit on the Texas flag. I know that'll get you shot, So
yeah, no, it was intense. People were getting kicked out. Security had their hands full. I think we were in the back when it was happening, and people were holding us back, and they were just like, no. And we just busted out there, and we just couldn't stand for that.
We got in trouble for busting out, but we couldn't watch it happen. And I honestly don't think the people that were rioting, I honestly think they were justified. And I don't think they did anything wrong, because they didn't honor the Texas flag. That's extremely important. You're a Texan, and it's. Yeah, we're our own country. We're prideful people, and so it was really, really hard to see that.
Yeah. Well, lastly, here I wanted to bring up, you guys made the PWI Tag Team 50 in 2020. You were number.
What?
Yeah. Did you know that or no? Am I breaking?
No, I did not know that.
Didn't know that.
Good job, brother.
I figured that. Well, I thought you were number 39. So you weren't even.
That's not a bad number. If it was 37 is like our family number. It's like for the past forever. But if it was 37, that would have been like Destiny. 39 though, that looks like the new number.
Hey, we'll be working our way up in this 2021. That's for sure.
Looks like we got to fight 39 tag teams this year.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad I broke this news to you. I just thought it was kind of cool. Like the Von Erichs are kind of synonymous with like PWI and everything, and I didn't know that you guys had ever been ranked or anything like that. I just wanted to get
that. No, I had no idea.
That's big for us. That's awesome. I mean, it just. We felt like our first year with MLW was just like the beginning, and it just growing more and more, and I feel like our name is just getting out there more and more, and
we're becoming more ourselves. You know, in Japan and in the indie scenes, we didn't have a lot. Getting real for a second, we didn't have a lot of you know, camera work. We were mostly just strictly wrestling, and this has been a interesting part of MLW is, you know, kind of just people getting to know who we are and stuff as a tag team. My brother is, you know, the more collected, you know, together one, and I'm a little out of control, even though I'm the more organized one. It doesn't make any sense, but it's just how we are as brothers. But it's cool. People are starting to realize that and see that in us, and that's been really fun, because I used to dread promos so much, if people couldn't already tell, but now it's starting to enjoy them, you know, and it's cool. And my dad's been a big help with that too. My dad, you know, if you think about the Von Erichs didn't really have gimmicks, you know, they were just brothers, you know, and that was kind of a hard thing to understand for a while, because I was like, do I need to put on a character, put on a face? Or no, it's just, you know, we're being ourselves, and we're having fun with it.
Yeah. Well, you know, be yourself and, you know, crush people's skulls, right? I think when I think of the gimmick, you know, the only one I can think of.
Yeah. Be myself, just an exaggerated version of myself.
Yeah.
Well, I really enjoyed catching up with you guys. I'm very excited. I think everybody should be very excited to check out Kings of Coliseum tonight, I should say, because we're dropping this on Wednesday. So go check it out tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Night one. Where do you guys want to send people to find you, follow you, support you, all those great things?
So, you can check us out on Twitter, Marshall Von Erich, or at Ross Von Erich. And on Instagram, we share an Instagram. It's Ram Von Erich, Ross and Marshall. And then if you want to get any of our merch, Pro Wrestling Tees at the Von Erich store or MLWshop.com. Check us out. Support us. Please help us.
Please help us.
We need help.